Hi, my name is Tiffany. Welcome to Present for Myself. One of the things that I've always endeavored to do with this channel is to make sure that I am showing up for myself first and foremost. It makes it so much easier for me to bring you information and to share with you my experiences when I do it from a place of strength and not from a place of brokenness or from a place of exhaustion or from a place of feeling like I'm on a hamster wheel and having to just like move. That's the whole premise of this channel, is to remind you to show up for yourself so that you can be available globally, communally, locally, in your family, wherever you need to be and wherever you feel like your gifts and your calling lies. I want to make sure that you are taking care of you first and foremost. When I look back over the course of my life, I realized there were so many times I could have left here early from a place of codependency, toxic loyalty, guilt put upon me by people who always made me feel like I wasn't doing enough, even though I was giving every single bit of who I was to certain causes and organizations and individuals. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody. I've been there. And if I'm not careful, I can be triggered to the place where I can see myself sliding back. I'm not saying this because I lack faith. I'm not saying this because I don't believe I'm whole or healed. I'm saying this because I'm humble enough to know that I'm a human being. And if I don't nourish and take care of myself, I can find myself back in the same old patterns that used to find me tired and sick and needing much more than I was able to provide for myself because I had given it all away at certain points. The other week, I was preparing a new video and I happened to go back through some clips and I saw that I had a video from last year that I never posted. And when I looked at it, I realized that I can go ahead and post it now. I don't know why it even got away from me in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. I choose to believe that everything is as it should be. And so this is the time for me to share it with you. But before I do, I would like to remind you that it's okay to eat from your own garden. What do I mean by that? We all have something to offer the world. And I call it sometimes metaphorically a garden or what have you. And you plant and you nurture that garden and you give so freely to other people, but then you neglect to feed yourself from your own supply. There's nothing wrong with feeding yourself from your own garden. I want to leave here endeavoring to be whole, endeavoring to be healthy in every area of my life. I want to leave here knowing that I made a difference, there was an impact, and I took care of business, whatever that business is in my life, that I took care of it, using my gifts, using my resources, allowing myself to be a part of community, but never forgetting who I am. And I desire the same for you. So I hope the video that you're about to see shares a piece of my heart and where I'm coming from with regard to making sure that you're always tapping into what it is that you've been brought here to do. It was a year ago, but it's so apropos for now. If you've been here for any extended period of time, some of you may know that I'm a professional voice coach and I've worked with voices for over 25 years now. And it has never ceased to amaze me how sometimes individuals can be unnerved by the sound of their own voice. Now, when I say amaze, it amazes me from more of a spiritual human perspective. I know scientifically that sometimes there's certain people that have unlocked issues and trauma, or they may have been abused surrounding their voice or whatever. And so it's very difficult for them to connect with their voice. But what I'm talking about is sometimes they don't understand the power that is their voice. I was once told or heard from someone that when the water flows through the pipe gets wet too. Okay? And what that means is that you deserve the good and the medicine, the nourishment, the nurturing, and whatever it is that you so freely give to others. And oftentimes, and I get a little emotional when I say this because I'm seeing my clients' faces right now. I'm seeing the moments that they've come and they have been pained about things. And they have been so hurt and they've been so wrapped up and folded up. And I'm seeing those moments of unfurling where they come forth and they break forth and they hear the beauty and the medicine of their own voices. And when I say that, yes, I have worked with Grammy nominated artists, the Grammy winners and Emmy winners. And yeah, I have. I don't talk about that kind of stuff as much because, you know why? Because voice is voice to me. It's important to me. But when I say what I'm saying to you, I'm not talking about those voices the likes of, you know, a Whitney Houston or someone like that that can bring the house down. I'm talking about just their own voice. And they're not always the most phenomenal voices. Some are absolutely amazing, and some are just beautiful voices because they are a mixture of their experiences and of their lives, and I can hear their sadness and their joy and their triumphs and their tragedies coming out. But when they hear their own voice, when they hear themselves singing back that line about healing or joy or peace or even pain, a lot of times that very medicine that they are planning so that they can help other people overtakes them. And that is when we've had the most phenomenal breakthroughs. That is when I've sat through some of the most amazing concerts that only I had a ticket to in that moment. And the client, of course, because they're the one putting it on, if I can call it that. The most amazing speeches and poems, and it's been beautiful. I need for you to understand, if you don't today, and I'll say this again, you deserve the medicine that you so freely give to others. You deserve the care that you so freely give to others. You deserve to show up for yourself in the same way that you so freely show up for other people. Your medicine is potent. If it wasn't, then why would there be so much opposition to it at times? I'm talking to you if you've ever sat and thought, I try to help people, I try to love on people, I try to be there for people, I try to be balanced and get the mental health care that I need for myself, but I still struggle sometimes with my own self-worth. I still struggle sometimes with imposter syndrome. I still struggle sometimes with the why behind all the things that I've had to go through. Well, I need for you to know that if people are saying to you all of these beautiful things about your craft and your talent and what you've done to them, or what you've done for them rather, to help them to make it through some of their most difficult times in life, and you can't see that for yourself, of course it's indicative sometimes that we need to get assistance and we need help in order to break through whatever barriers are causing us to not truly see ourselves for who we are. But sometimes you just have to sing your song to yourself. There's a song by Layla Hathaway that says, sometimes you've got to make the mirror your best friend. And maybe then you'll find some peace within, you know? And when I listen to that song, it reminds me of so many of the people that I know, and sometimes some of the stuff that I've even had to overcome myself, that don't see their truth, their worth, their value, their beauty, their light. Turn it on yourself sometimes, okay? You are so beautifully and wonderfully made. And I just hope that you can see that. Be present for yourself.
Don't know the words we